Stand here in 2020. We are a party that's bigger, stronger, and better than we were 20 years ago. Than we were when I was ED back in 2008. And you know why, Madam Chair? Because this is a more inclusive party. This is a more welcoming party. I think about the bouts we had on the platform back in 2008, and I look back and I kind of shake my head. Because we had to talk about whether or not we were going to be an inclusive party to the LGBT community back then. We talk about where we were on environmental rights and workers' rights. But we also know, Madam Chair, that the fight continues. We are in a presidential year. It is 2020. And the soul of our nation is at stake.
He's definitely.
And although we are in a primary battle, once we choose a nominee, we must come back together and be that bigger, stronger, and better party. And guess what? The Commonwealth of Virginia will deliver. We will deliver like we've delivered the last 12 years, the last 3 presidential elections. We've delivered our 13 electoral votes to the Democratic nominee. And my expectation, Madam Chairwoman, is that we are going to do the same thing in 2020. Madam Chair, I love the fact that you all are here at the Marriott Hotel here in downtown Richmond. But it's my hope that you don't spend your time inside this facility, even though it's great and grand, that you get out into our restaurants, participate and buy some of the great meals we have in the city. Every dime you spend in the city goes to building new schools in the city of Richmond. 3 new schools are being built right now. Every time you spend a dollar in Richmond, it goes to investing in public education. We put more than $20 million plus in my time as mayor. Use our bus rapid transit along Broad Street as well. We've increased ridership in the GRTC, our local transportation system, by 18% since I've been mayor. And that you enjoy that we all have to give here. We love being your capital city because we love being welcoming and inclusive to everyone and all. And that's what's been the motto of this great city, being one Richmond. No matter who you are, what color your skin may be, how much money you have in your pocket, who you choose to love, or who you pray to, that you can live out your God-given talents right here in the city of Richmond. And also, not only live out your God-given talents, but you can do whatever you put your minds to. That's what we tell our children every day, and that's what we want for all of our residents. Thank you, and welcome to the great city of Richmond.
Mayor Stoney, one of our sponsors for BCG, we'll see you later this evening. While we wait for Senator Warner to get here, he's not far out. With your permission, we'll just move on to a couple of items of business to keep this thing rolling. Oh, and by the way, Loar, what is the website to go to make a contribution to Stoney for Mayor?
StoneyForRVA.com.
All right, StoneyForRVA.com. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda and the minutes? Second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And now I'll call on our fantastic treasurer, Barbara Clear, to give what I think you all will find is a great report.
Stay here. Can you hear me? Great. Good morning, everyone. We have a very positive report this morning due to the hard work of our COO, Elise Vest, who I know is probably over at the Main Street station counting checks and cash. I hope so. For the first quarter of the year, which is through February 11th, because we are meeting early, for total revenue of federal and non-federal, it's $438,390. And for our expenditures for federal and non-federal, to $325,118, and that gives us a positive balance of $113,271. And because we are now in a federal election year, our books sort of have to switch. And we have closed out our non-federal savings account and now have a federal savings account. It's only so much fun for Elise to have to juggle these two accounts. And the report that I gave includes a February 9 Act Blue check, but not any ticket sales or donations were included. Because we're not going to get that check from Act Blue until the 16th. So that positive balance did not include any revenue from BCG. So, Madam Chair, that is my report, and I will file it with the Secretary.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Treasurer. I'm going to ask, is Senator Warner in the House yet? Okay, so just to keep things moving along, I'm going to ask our Executive Director to come up and give his report.
Many of you all know me. I'm Andrew Wiley from the Fighting Ninth. Looking forward to working with you guys this year. Just wanted to very quickly shout out a few of our staff that's in the room. Khalid, who, as I've been traveling around the Commonwealth, many of you have said we need a person at the party who is our go-to, who answers all our questions. Well, Khalid got a little bit of a bump that I don't know if he was looking for or not, but he's Party Services Director and Sham's deputy. Sham's here. We got Grant and other staff in the back. In the first 45 days of me being here, I've learned very quickly that this is a very thankless job, but they make it worthwhile. So shout out to all of them. And so when you see them at BCG later, get them a drink because they deserve it. Last thing I want to say, I'm traveling around the Commonwealth, meeting with a lot of you guys, county parties, and down in the shore next week. I've been to Gloucester, places on the peninsula, and doing a little tour out 64 and down 81. So looking forward to meeting you guys later on. But thank you guys so much.
Look, I have a very, very quick report today because we just, got so much going on. But I did want to say, and I think you all understand, with all the energy and everything we're doing, the state of our party is very strong, very robust, and we're looking forward to the presidential primary coming up on March 3rd. And as many of you know, that this is a state-run primary. You go and vote just like you would on any election day. We don't have any apps to deal with. We don't have any other, calling results in late at night. It's all run by the Commonwealth of Virginia, and our history, since we've been doing that since 2004, things have gone off without a glitch. After that, several of you have come up to me and said, I want to be a delegate to the National Convention. I don't have anything to do with that, but Sham and Khaled and others here, the delegate selection plan is up on the website, and they're happy to walk you through the process. Delegates will be allocated based on the presidential primary vote in both your congressional district and then at large at state. You have an authorized representative for each one of your campaigns. That is the go-to person that has the ability to allow you to go forward or strike you off the ballot. Again, we have nothing at the party to do with that other than helping guide you through the process, answer questions, and make sure that you and anybody else that wants to participate feels included and valued and has the opportunity to do so. As your party chair, I got asked this question on Kojo yesterday, and I was on that show, and I was really glad that I did. As your party chair, I am not committed to any presidential candidate, nor do I intend to be, at least until after the March 3rd presidential primary, and I'm not sure I ever will be. We'll have that discussion if it comes time. I do feel like it is better when your leadership of your party has the opportunity to discuss openly and freely with all of the campaigns and help guide you through the process and make sure everybody, again, feels like they have an equal opportunity. The one thing I would like, and Aurora, Mayor Stoney mentioned it, but as we get closer to Super Tuesday, and you're here in Virginia, and I know some of you haven't decided who you're for, and some of you have been for somebody that may have dropped out, and some of you are wholly committed to your candidate and feel very passionate about it. Let's not attack each other, and let's not attack the other Democratic candidates in the race. You know the old saying, we gotta hang together or we're gonna hang separately. And guys, I don't think we can afford to hang separately and have another 4 years of the most corrupt, immoral, disgusting individual on the face of this earth be our President of the United States. I know y'all heard me say this before, but after 2016, music sort of healed my heart. Because it was tough, right? And so I found Jason Isbell and PJ Barnum with American Aquarium and a whole bunch of other musicians that were brave enough to make a political stand with their real country music. And you know, that's really hard to do when you think about it. Well, Jason Isbell has a new song out. And he has a new album coming out in a couple months, but the new song, and he's such a, if you're not familiar with him, follow him, because he's such a great wordsmith. He's such a great writer, because it has all these double meanings and things. And so this song is about country music and what's going on there in Nashville, but also about politics and what's going on in the White House. And in this first sentence goes, title goes, be afraid, be very afraid, do it anyway. And we're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it. We're going to carry Virginia, and we're going to elect a president and bring in all of our great, re-elect Mark Warner, and bring in our congressmen and women across the finish line. So I want to thank you all. That's enough for tonight. I mean, this, you know, the Blue Commonwealth is sold out. Yay! I remember the days, Bud, you remember the days that we could barely fill this room up. Yeah. Well, we're busting at the seams with 1506 in attendance down at the Main Street station, and we're really excited about it. This, it's probably going to be longer than the Oscars. Hopefully the speechifying will be electric. We got a few speeches. But we do have open bar, and so I say open, but you know, you pay for it. But you know, if Justin was here, he would tell you that's part of our money-making endeavor. But you know, you can do it so you can get safely home if you want to have a drink or two. And on closing, I want to thank all of you all for what you do every day, day in and day out, especially. Virginia. Having a weekend like this with meetings and a major event is not easy, but they rise to the challenge every time, and I want to thank them as well. And with that, I'd like to introduce the hardest working United States Senator in America. All close about campaign, but he's not up for re-election, so I can say that. The man is everywhere, and he's helping save our democracy and standing up for what is right, and he finds time to be down here and spend a little bit of time with us. Senator Warner, please come on.
You ready? Yeah.
bet you do.
And make the most of the
Mark,
meeting.
I bet you do.
So I'm going to be, I'll be short.
Yeah, right.
Anybody believes that? Well, let me echo what Susan just said. I remember being Democratic State Party Chair. This is the most thankless, most difficult, most challenging job, and particularly when we have had such great success, and to put together a Central Committee meeting, the Chair's meeting, to have, this dinner, the Commonwealth Gala tonight, all the presidentials. This is not easy, and I can assure you, I think the salary for Democratic Party Chair is the same as what it used to be, right? Just about zero? Well, let me again thank not only Susan, but all the leadership of the Democratic Party in Virginia. Let me also acknowledge, for those folks on my campaign and the coordinated campaign, raise your hands, and there will be others. There will be a $5 fee for anyone who doesn't sign my petition and your congressional candidate petition. Yeah, that's low, I was thinking. Of course, it is going to be interesting tonight with all of our candidates, and the fact that we got Mike Bloomberg speaking. Yeah, woo! Oh, it's going to be a little rare to be viewed as one of the poorer Democrats. That man's got some money. Let me echo as well, Susan's already recognizing the fact that our Democratic majority members of the General Assembly. What is remarkable is that this Democratic majority looks a lot more like the people of Virginia. I say that as somebody who is in the ever-increasing minority of old white guys. So, but I really want to thank them. And, let's face it, if anybody wonders whether when Democrats organize, when Democrats vote, that we don't make history, simply ask Madam Speaker Eileen Phillips. Midway through the session, we've seen ERA, gun rights, voter rights, criminal justice reform, working rights. I mean, this is midstream to what's going to be an extraordinarily historic General Assembly session. So I thank the members who are here. I thank all the members that will be there tonight. I think the best is yet to come. Let's keep their backs as we get through this General Assembly session and make sure that not only do we win, but then we execute an agenda that keeps Virginia at the forefront. So thank you, members of the General Assembly. I know the first thing probably people are going to ask is, okay, impeachment. It was pretty frustrating. I know it was frustrating for you. Of course, you didn't even have to sit through it the way I did. Those of you who did and watched, God bless you. It's so disturbing on so many levels. And just think for a moment how stupid the United States Senate is going to look when John Bolton's book comes out. And we know a little bit about what it will say in terms of confirming the president's actions in trading our foreign policy for his personal gain. But that's just one story in the book. What else is going to come out? The fact that the president's chief of staff, if there was any chance that the president's chief of staff could literally swear to tell the truth and then come in and exonerate Trump? Don't you think he would have been there? So it was a very challenging couple weeks. I will tell you that a number of my Republican colleagues will come and get me and they say, you know, Mark, don't worry. You know, after this impeachment, Trump is going to be a changed man. No, hold it. They're right. He's worse. I mean, honestly, somebody who was, you know, obviously never read the Constitution, but the idea of the first round of retribution against career officials, Trump-appointed officials, career diplomats, to see that, and then to see that followed up by what, and I know there's plenty of good lawyers in this room here, but tell me, in any time in recent history, have we seen an attorney general come in and basically overrule lying prosecutors? And I can assure you, as somebody who has more than a little bit of knowledge about Roger Stone, whatever they recommended, and I don't know all the details, but it was probably right and probably could have argued for more, but to have that overruled, and quite honestly, his little comment after the fact, too little too late, Bill Barr. It is time for this Attorney General to go. It's time for that So it has been a challenging time. Tell you what I did right after the impeachment.